Porter, good morning. We've seen years of these talent wars in linear television, whether it's on broadcast or cable networks. It's debatable whether it really works, but you've now got Yahoo, an online platform, importing this model. Why would it do that?
Well, because Marissa Mayer has to do something, and she has not done a whole lot. She spent $1 billion on Tumblr, which is never going to pay off. Advertising, which is the lifeblood of Yahoo, is flat, and she hasn't figured out what Yahoo wants to be when it grows up. And
it's not just Katie Couric either, because Yahoo has also hired away David Pogue from the New York Times.
An interesting hire.
Megan Lieberman from the New York Times. Brian Stelter as well went to CNN, not necessarily to Yahoo. But what evidence is out there, Porter, that suggests that stars like Couric or like Stelter drive viewership and advertising as opposed to the brand, whether it's ABC or New York Times driving the viewership?
There is no evidence, and this is
it's a hunch?
This is basically
exactly. That's the best thing I've heard on this analysis. It's a hunch.
It's a hunch, but it's also promoting Marissa. She has done a great job of building her own status and not doing much except getting caught in the flow of Alibaba's rapidly increasing market value.
Yeah, but Porter, you've been around since Sarnoff was doing this. And the answer here, this is fascinating, Scarlet, as you said in the last couple of weeks. This is a 1960s bid for talent.
Totally.
Everybody's digital this. I hate this phrase, linear what?
Linear television.
Are you kidding me? It's TV, folks. It's not linear. It's just stupid television. Okay, so
sometimes
it's TV,
though it's on your small device.
60s, and that's fine. And it's an old-time bidding war.
It's totally old-time, Tom, and Katie, unfortunately, is going to disappear into the ether once she's on Yahoo.
But get paid very handsomely for it.
She has a $40 million deal with ABC.
Why disappear into the ether?
Because it is not a content business anymore. Just because Yahoo has almost 200 million visitors every month doesn't equate to delivering audiences that television can deliver.
Richard Falkenrath is here. Lincoln Ellis is here. I'm here. I believe we're the audience. What do we want?
Well,
do I want little bitty digital videos, or do I want Katie on CBS or ABC?
You don't want Katie anywhere. Her talk show, Katie, is going south. ABC will not renew it.
What about Brian Stelter going from the New York Times over to CNN?
If Marissa Mayer wanted to bring some content in, why doesn't she go to Colbert? And bring something that the Yahoo visitors can understand and relate to, not Katie Couric.
Are there any media companies out there right now that are moving away from the major source of revenue, which is advertising? Is there any evolution on that front?
Well, you got to look at CBS and Les Moonves, who is monetizing CBS's content like crazy right now, selling it to anybody who will distribute it.
But is that the last hurrah for him?
Well, it's the last hurrah for old media and old television networks. They have become apps, and they're not going to survive in 10 years.
Then why are we seeing an old-fashioned bidding war? To me, it's almost a victory lap for old-style TV.
Bidding war where? Not for Katie Couric. That was she didn't go to CNN. She didn't go anywhere else after ABC said, we think
I don't know if you saw it this weekend,
over.
Porter, but Jim Edwards in Business Insider had a fabulous series of all the TV we love and watch, football and sports, and all of it showing the decline.
Look at those Patriots last night.
Yeah, how about those Patriots? The decline in viewership and the trends that are out there, and yet all these bodies are moving around. To me, it is, you can't substitute the content. You've got to have the brain power.
It's the music industry revividus, because they didn't see what was happening 10 or 12 years ago to the music industry, and that's what's happening to broadcast today.
I've got a chart that I want Lincoln Ellis, our guest host for the hour, to weigh in on. It shows a shift away from Tom's favorite phrase, linear television, whether it's broadcast or cable. And what it shows is that weaker players like Cablevision, like Time Warner, are crumbling, while stronger players, I should say, like Verizon and AT&T, are picking up some market share. There's winners and losers here, but we've seen the share prices of all these cable companies, media companies, win over the past couple of years.
Record highs.
Is it worthwhile still to be looking at who's going to win and lose when people are paying up for the distribution and the content?
Well, it's about, as Porter was saying, it's really about the winners and losers in terms of the next platform and the next delivery system where people are actually going to imbibe that content. And that is the key in terms of making the investment decisions for the next generation.